What up, my freaks? RuinousInsight here with part, I want to say 91 of my Total Warhammer 3 Boris Ursus and Ogres and Noviev campaign. So as we saw last time, Uragni has taken a little bit of damage by virtue of fighting a Tzeentchian force as well as suffering some attrition, so he's going to be back at the Forbidden Citadel here for a turn or two just to heal up to full. Skarbrand remains stuck, but as somebody pointed out in the comments, we could potentially use Beledna the Failure over here, or any hero, to close the rift, which should, in theory, unstuck him. Hopefully it works out. We'll do that next turn as soon as Beledna's ready to go again. Just got to remember to do that. As in addition to that, we managed to get another fight going with Alexandra Kristina over here, but unfortunately, she's got herself a plague now, which means the units are going to suffer attrition. She will have to stay around in Karak Vrag and is not going to be able to heal herself, which is quite a shame. It's quite a shame. And even the new replacement unit is going to suffer plague once coming in, but oh well, it is what it is. Hopefully Spurt Mildew doesn't come up here or come in here and transfer another plague to us. I also would really like to close this rift as the other major powers, the Chaos Forces, could travel through the other rifts to this rift and get to Boris. Oh, and I just realized that the rifts here are all closed now, so this is one of the last rifts on the field. In fact, the one by the Hell Pit being closed... Huh. If we wanted to, we could travel straight to Skarbrand with Boris via that rift. The only question is, would we want to do such a thing? The problem is the Mountains of Morn are still quite filled with ruins that are, you know, ripe for the, well, not so much conquest, but colonization, as well as a bunch of enemy factions still sitting in here. So in light of that, it seems like Boris would probably be better off moving in here. I don't really want him to head to Karak Vrag, where he can take a plague and potentially be useless for several turns, though. So I think rather than do that, we're going to move this way to the Firemouth and to Amble Peak. And we're going to hope that this army belonging to Gutblood, who, interestingly enough, also has a plague, is not going to move around to attack Blackfang. Also, Blackfang, you do have a plague yourself, and we are in your territory right now, so hopefully Boris doesn't contract it. Also, somebody pointed out that the assassins really need to get rid of their mounts so that we don't pay extra, presumably. Let's just do that real quick. Always appreciate the reminders, because I am forgetful. Alrighty, none on you, no warhorse for assassins. You guys don't get warhorses. Why would you need them? Perhaps to travel from place to place, but, you know, no logic welcome here. You, try to assassinate the counter here. There's a decent chance of... Oh man, what's the cost? Oh, you might only have enough money to assassinate once. At least it succeeded. And, oh, we got a free Sword of Bloodshed out of... Oh, that was the quest. Wait, or did the quest give us a Giant Blade? The quest gave us the Sword of Bloodshed. Alright, 2 blue items. Oh, both of them were quests. Well, that's really nice. Okay, that was a worthwhile assassination, I gotta say. You are not yet ready for Mortality, so just get replenished troops, but honestly, none of this really matters right now. Next up, we got more assassins to move. Let's get you guys going. Wink. Let's try assassinating Mr. Hargroth Crowbrother here. 70% wounded is not too bad. Oh, Falco is also coming in, probably going to strike at Amble Peak. Down goes Mr. Hargroth. Hey, we got an Orthodoxy Cleric. Wait, do you not have... Did I not give you ancillaries? I did not. Oh my. Okay, I probably... Huh. I thought I had done this, but it must have been a different assassin. Fine, take a... Well, actually, don't take the Vagabond or the Tax Collector. Try to grab... Yes, grab a Servant so you don't get assassinated yourself. We're out of Ritual Enforcers. We can get you... Yeah, get a Kislev Kossar for the extra movement range. Don't need a Hedge Wizard as it would be useless for you. Take an Akshina Informant for the campaign detection distance. And I believe that's it. We don't need a Priest of Ptah. We have 1 point left over. I guess we'll grab a Tax Collector in here. Or you know what? Grab a Vagabond for more campaign line of sight. Ah, there you go. Alrighty, and then maybe we'll assassinate whatever that particular demon is. Marat Fedosov, I was going to have you attack these ogres, but I guess for now you're going to move back to the Great Hall of Greasus in order to defend against Falco with your stupid little army here. We also should get the Tech Thief then back here. Oh, wait, you failed. You failed at stealing tech. You know what? Let's have the assassins assassinate first, and then if we have points left over, money left over, we'll try to steal some tech. You gotta go after a Narath Trolltooth over here. You have ancillaries, right? No! I keep making assassins without ancillaries. I disappoint myself. You succeeded, and we have the perfect amount of gold left after that, so I guess you're gonna get immortality, right? Nothing here will help you assassinate. Will it damage building, cleanse corruption, replenish troops, wound action? Another 4% chance, eh? Oh, you can't actually assassinate. All you can do is wound, which is annoying. Oh, well. Let's go for the... Oh, let's go for the immortality first. I'll go for Bearkin after that. I can't believe it. Man, I gotta try to remember to do the assassins, yeah, you have your ancillaries. I guess I forgot some, but not all. At least hopefully not all. Alright, you keep moving. We don't have the money to steal some tech with you, Tech Thief. I'd love to keep you here, but I think you need to move towards Marat Fedosov. Although, would his army be able to destroy this by itself? You know, in a siege, yes. One-on-one, probably not, as, you know, a single Lord of Change and a Soul Grinder, plus the enemy Lord casting, plus all that nonsense Zinchen bombardment's a little bit much. So you're gonna move back here. We also have an Ataman thing that we'll check in a second. The other Tech Thief cannot steal tech, but that's okay because you have, you know, tech thieving remaining. You're gonna move here. I want to check out Gorsel and Brokewater, and I know that I originally wanted to move you here to see if Scrag had come back, but, you know, we'll deal with it. You, Tsarina Katrin, are going to move out to Dietershofen because Castle Alexandrinov is now relatively safe. Beledna the Recruiter. I want you to try to grab Leblia if we can. Somebody said that we could potentially buy these settlements from Stirland. We'll see. It really depends on how much they want from them. This guy can actually reach Leblia in one round, so we'll see if they try to grab it from us or not. And then hopefully we can, and then we'll recruit for you, your Hellblaster, out of this. Okay, now Ataman. What do you got, buddy? Please be money. Big money. Favors infantry, favors scout. Irrelevant. Just go for I don't care. Yeah, you're not so great, unfortunately. I'm hoping for something a little bit better in Sylvania with a little bit more money making. What do you have? Martial Encouragement and Ranger. You have Glacial Blast. Probably would still wouldn't use you despite this. You know what? I think we have plenty of Ranger types. So let's get Martial Encouragement, but once again, it's unlikely that we actually bother with you. And you have what? Little Grom Reduction and Cavalry Reduction, which don't go together all that well, as our Cav force would probably not be all that reliant on Little Groms, but hey, they're movable, so, you know, potential's still there. Let's get, I guess, Perfect Vigor for you, although Lords tend to acquire Perfect Vigor via various effects. It's just that getting this earlier, I guess, would be decent. Would there be any value in Vanguard deploying you? Probably not so much, especially not out of a Cav force, because none of your Cav would be able to Vanguard deploy. Nah, just get Perfect Vigor. And we won't have to be worried about acquiring it. Alrighty, that's you guys. Let's see who else needs to move this particular turn. Not you, Money. You never move. Svetlana Stefanovich, you're going to go past Fort Stroghoff. And we're going to move here, and then one of you is going to close that rift. Oh, maybe we can use the Assassin to do it. To be able to reach it, which would allow Beledna the Critical Failure to continue stealing tech. Svetlana Ritsto, you can keep staying where you are and defending against Pinforks the Truescent, who looks to be moving down here. I do want to double check that we are good with, yes, walls will all be up, well, quote-unquote walls, in the sense that we can't build walls in Norscan territories. And everybody else is good, other than Beledna the Defender, who, wait. Uragni's staying where he is. I guess what we'll want to do with Beledna here, stay in our own territory and move up here on the road. And then we'll hit Grim Duraz, take it, then we'll move back to Gorsel and Brokewater, and then all the way back down here. So the reason for that is I think it's much more important that we hold Gorsel and Brokewater, because obviously we want the entire Wasteland province as it's a cash cow. I don't really care about these provinces, but I will take them if these guys are too slow on the draw. They should really be trying to take Gristle Valley all the way to Carrick Ziflin, but we'll see what they do. Honestly, I would have loved to get the Tusks and the Dyes out of here, but, you know, we don't have enough armies to deal with this right now. And I believe that's it. There's probably upgrades to make, but alas, I don't think we're going to do those. You are not going to grab money. You are not as yet. You will eventually, but still not yet, because I appreciate the growth that's coming in from you. And you, Carrick Vrag, yeah, same thing for you, buddy. Alrighty, let's get this. Hero not moved. Well, nothing we can do about that. Let's end the turn. Let's see if anything interesting happens. And again, Ventress Death Metal. Just moving around in those realms of chaos by himself. Maybe he just enjoys it there. Ellen Delling! Hello, buddy. Hello. Please don't go for any of these territories while we're keeping the frickin' ogres busy. Military access. Yeah, sure, buddy, sure. Why not? You can maybe fight the demons a little bit, though somehow I doubt it. As I recall, the original vanilla Wood Elves were really, really isolationist, which does make sense, but it often meant that the computer didn't really do anything. But then I remember they overtuned it, and then the Wood Elves went crazy and started conquering basically the entire world. It was kind of funny either way. Ally mobilizes against Settlement Ostland. Which settlement? Oh, Brass Keep? Yeah, go for it. If somebody could actually kill Krugenwald Camp for us, I would really appreciate that. You go after this. And Svetlana Ritstow can construct and get income, and well, somebody is instantly summoning a bunch of greater demons. That's gonna be a problem. Let's just get walls up here, though I may be a little bit too late. I really would like to not have to send Beledna down here, but I think we can't get anybody to join our war against these guys. This is the convent, right? Elaine is who? Yes, it is the convent. Alright, so if we ask you to join war against the convent, minus 38, wow. Yeah, you know, I've done diplomacy a few times between the episodes, looking for potential to ask our allies to join war against the demons, and nobody wants to fight any of the demons, which I feel is a little bit ridiculous. Like, oh, look, Scrag is still alive somewhere. He is here, then. Interesting. Yeah, I find it a little bit ridiculous. I feel like you should absolutely be able to, or either they should have more likelihood to join war against them, considering we're military allies, and considering they're demons, and maybe the demons shouldn't be able to be at peace with the Empire territories at all. But that's just me. Anyway, Belinda the Defender, go take Grim Duraz, and then move to Gorsel and Brokewater before somebody here does. This looks auto-resolvable to me. We'll obviously lose most of our demigryphs and most of our melee units, but you know, we're used to it at this point. I don't want to fight this. It's a waste of time. Yep, typical. Almost all the demigryphs dead as usual, but occupy the place. At the very least, it has walls, so it should be able to hold for a little while. Grab that breastworks. I don't think you need that Orthodoxy Chaplain. I also don't think you need to collect income as yet. We're going to move out of here to Brokewater and Gorsel. You can keep an eye on these for now. You've got 10 more turns, so you should be good. You got another Ice Court choice as well. Province Protector and Eldritch Defender. Always Eldritch Defender, though we will never... Oh. Enemy hero success chance -8, eh? You know what? That's better with Province Protector, because you're a field, you look like a field agent. Growth is great. Nah. Take the building income, but we're probably not going to use you either. Oh, for the... Oh, wait. I thought this was a different plague, and I was like, oh no. You gotta be kidding me. Alright, you're going to land at Dietershofen. I want to see if we can see Scrag. I see Jared. Close victory, you gotta be... Really? One of our snow leopards is okay, we're gonna have to manually fight this. The game is being irritating. Okay. Let's get that lumberyard up. No. Let's get the roadhouse up. And then we'll get the lumberyard after. Priorities, people, priorities. Now, do we have a good battle somewhere where we can do? Well, first of all, you, go hit Leblia. Yes, colonize it. Nice. And then we shall do this. And then while you're here, you are going to recruit a Hellblaster volley gun. Wait. What did I buy? Huh. 17. Who built something? Did I have somebody build a Hellblaster volley gun? I didn't buy a thing with you. What the heck did I do with that? You're exhausted, so you can't do anything, so just sit out here for a little while. Oh, damn. Pinforks is going to land at the Frozen Landing, and how much you want to bet that he's going to try to move to the Temple of Heimkill again? I'm really sick and tired of him doing that. Oh, look, another army, and a camp. We're going to have to go down here and deal with this as well with Boris. So, speaking of Boris, no plague, buddy. No plague looks good to me. I'd like for you to colonize this, but I would even more like you to actually attack stuff. So you're going to move towards the Ogres. Better than wasting our time. Let's upgrade, let's see, Amble, Pekin, Great Caller upgrade. I guess Grimtop should be next. Karakrakaton last. But also be careful with our cash right now because we don't have enough in the reserve. Urogny, still a little bit hurt, but not so hurt that you can't fight. Question is, fight where? Terratus is out there, so if we go out to sea, we could fight him again. If you could head out to sea in a single turn, wait. You won't suffer attrition at sea. Or we could wait and see. Or, wait, let's free Scarbrand. Let's close the rift. I guess we're not sending Boris out here. Hopefully there are at least some rifts in the world for Boris to travel back to the side, or he'll have to take the long way around. Yeah, close the rift. And hopefully this will mean Scarbrand is no longer stuck where he is. And Beled, in the meantime, you can keep stealing tech. 69, nice. Seeing a lot of that today. Hey, and you succeeded. Well done. Attributes cause fear to demons. Okay. You don't need any of these, do you? Okay, fine. Just start going through your magics, I guess. Okie dokie. Well, let's take a look at who else. Well, Urogny, I guess you're gonna heal up here for at least one more turn. You know what we could do? We could send you out here, but put you in a camp stand, so you heal to full, but are still at the edge of the territory. And we'll see if these guys hit us up soon. I think the Forbidden Citadel can more or less defend itself at this point. And if Scarbrand moves, we can turn around and go after him. In addition to that, Svetlana, you would suffer attrition if you moved here, but if you are to fight Scarbrand, which is very possible, you might as well move like this. It looks like Dietz von Corden is moving to the Tower of Crack. I might actually steal this army from them, just to grab that. And I still don't know what the hell I ended up building with Wissenland. The heck am I... Huh.
Bride of the Ice.
Where? I don't remember spending any extra points on anybody. Arena Katrin. Obviously not you, Beled the Defender. Yeah, none of you have built anything from Wissenland. I swear we had almost enough earlier for that Hellblaster. And I was originally planning to build the one out of Kislev here. That didn't work out.
Keeper of ice magic.
Well, I guess we'll figure it out as we go. It's okay. Actually, this means there's nothing for you to recruit right now, although there is still potential of getting a good Patriarch out of Prague. Confident? No, I still prefer a better Patriarch. I mean, the leadership extra is nice, but the Zargard have pretty great leadership as it is. I really prefer another disciplined one, if possible, to get a little bit of that extra melee attack on the Zargard, or something else, but nah, Confident is meh. Not unless it gives like 5 leadership or something like that. Honestly, even Strongholder would be decent at this point. Anyway, Beled the Recruiter. Nothing here is useful, so do we just delete you for now? If there's nothing to recruit, and we won't be able to get anything for... Let's see. I wonder how many we gain per turn at this point. Really want that damn Hellblaster, but yeah, you know what, fine. You go away for now. I'll bring it back at some point, don't you worry. Alrighty, ooh, I'm actually curious, how much do these guys want for these settlements? Fort Strogov, we will, well, not enough, but like, let's say we offer you all of our money, which is not much right now. Just out of curiosity, how much the points move. So for 5k, 12.4 down to 9.4. Yeah, so quite a bit for these fairly garbage settlements. They might also die on their own, so we'll see about that. Although the corn corruption is unfortunately going down, but anyway, we'll see once again. Boris, Urogny, Beledna, Kastina, you can't move. Tsarina Katrin, you have moved. Marat Fedosov, you're going after Falco. You can't take him in the field, though. You know what? Go here and just sit in the Great Hall of Greasus. Actually, if anything, you should probably be sitting in Amble Peak. Nah, this guy probably isn't really willing to fight us anyway. Let's build the walls up here at Amble Peak just in case. And we can start on a market here as well. And we're running out of money again. Damn. Alrighty, a little bit of an admin-heavy episode, I will admit, but there isn't much I can do about it at this stage, unfortunately. Tech Thieves. I guess we've seen that there are no ogres here, so you can... just wait for it. We should probably still level you, though. You just go and steal some tech. This is gonna annoy the Burning Wind nomads, what can you do? Try to steal some more tech. Let's see, we're still rising with these guys, as long as we keep...
Winter provides.
Let's see, down to 50. Oh, wow. Rising to 62 all the way to down to 50. They really don't like us attacking the Blood Maw. Damn, I get that they're friends, but still annoying. I still don't want these ogres behind us, you know what I mean? I want to claim their territories. I don't trust them. Tech Thief, I believe that's it once again, so let's just send the assassins out. You are exhausted, so you can't do anything for a turn. You are similarly exhausted, so you can't do anything for a turn. And you are exhausted, so you can't do anything for a turn, but you can move to somewhere where there's potential for some assassinations. You know what, stick around here. We can see that there's a lot of agents out here, and as we wound them, they will be continuously moving down south like that, so we need to establish essentially a wall of assassins. Alrighty, well, let's see what we got in terms of buildings left to do. Mountains of Morn, Black Fang, we could upgrade you to the next level, which would allow us to give you walls, which I think is probably the most important upgrade we can think of right now, because the ogres might come around this way and attack you. Yeah, fine, fair enough. That's all our cash, so that's another end turn, it looks like. Here's not moved, skip, skip, skip. Also, what do we at here? Oh, right, Blessed Orthodoxy for the reduction to global recruitment duration. Yeah, it's a pretty good pickup, alright, fine. Fine, leave that as it is, let's go next turn. And, well, if it isn't Ventress Death Metal, I surely did miss ya, buddy. Ah! Looks like Scrag wants to fight. Oh! He wants to fight us in the field. Oh, that's amazing. With a little bit of reinforcements. Oh, yes. Okay. Game has given us a proper battle. I completely forgot that Tsarina Katrin was sieging this place, which accidentally gave us an actual fight worth fighting. Well, I'm glad that I completely forgot about this. Beautiful. Because I doubt Scrag would have attacked us afterwards. Let's fight this cinematically.
The immortal kingdom! These others are but insects to Kislev!
Alrighty, I gotta say, I am very excited for this particular battle. Now, granted, I feel like I would have preferred it to be Beledna the Defender who fought the last battle against the ogres. Well, it may not be the last battle, but you know, it's been a while, quite a long time since we fought an elite ogre stack. So this may be the last one they are able to muster. Hopefully not, but we shall see. Either way, once again, it would have been nice for Beledna to finish what she started, as she essentially broke the faction. On the other hand, Tsarina Katrin hasn't really been tested with an elite stack, and this is very much so. We're facing off against nearly 2 full stacks. They got 4 Stone Horns, a Giant, 5 Gorger units, some Iron Guts, Mournfangs, Blood Belchers, lots of good stuff, though they do lack artillery. I'm gonna be confident that this is gonna be a pretty fun battle, basically. Oh, I'm so excited I'm at a loss for words at this point. Anyway, the battle has essentially begun. We are going to try to dish out as much damage with our little Grom against the enemy Lead Belchers as possible, as they are the main threat from, well, range. They're the only threat from range because they have no other ranged units, no Stone Horns with harpoons or anything like that. Now, the enemy reinforcements are coming in from this side, and this is obviously not so great for us. I decided to summon our Elemental Bear as soon soon as the enemy essentially arrived onto the field, with the hopes of distracting this entire army for the duration of the bear being up. Hopefully this will allow us to cripple the main army before that reinforcement army gets here. Plus the other reinforcement army is coming in from this side as well, and is going to support the main army. As for our setup, it's pretty simple. We got the Little Grom all the way back on the top of this hill here, and still up on the hill, our entire pile of Ice Guard. Contrary to what I usually do, I have the Elemental Bears actually on the edges of the formation, not in front, simply because we need anchors on the edges, and we are likely to get hit by Saber Tusks or Mournfangs or Gorgers there, and I think the Elemental Bears need to be there while the various casters are in the center. I figure as the enemy approaches, we'll be able to get most damage up front, wherein the front of the enemy, or the center rather, of the enemy army will collapse, but the edges will still be able to hit us. And just by virtue of the way that we've concentrated our troops. Also, we do have our 4 Snow Leopards sitting in the edges here in the forests, and I'm gonna maybe try to use them to kill a few of these large units. They should be reasonably effective against Ogres, I would think. Alright, time to get to the battle proper. That's enough setup. I also do wish that we had one of our Tempest Mages leveled up enough to actually give us the Gust of True Flight on these Ice Guard. Would really, really help in this particular situation. Ah, man, that is a lot of Ogres coming near. Look at those Mournfangs just towering over their already massive Ogre allies, or handlers, I guess. Alrighty, so first things first, we summon 3 Snow Leopards and we send them in to the enemy army to serve as distractions, but mostly to annoy the enemy Leadbelchers. Unfortunately for us, one of the Leadbelchers did survive. The Stone Crusher, is that what the spell is called? Well, it's coming down on some of our Ice Guard, unfortunately. Cool looking spell, although it's weird that they didn't do it in the center of the formation, but sort of on the edge of it. Kind of odd for the AI. But anyway, one of the nice things about having 2 Frost Mages is the fact that we can get 2 Ice Sheets down simultaneously and slow down quite a bit of the enemy army. Also, as I said, we can see our Snow Leopards moving right past the enemy army, ignoring as many enemies as possible, and going straight for those Leadbelchers to try to keep them away. Here come the Ice Guard shots, moving up that hill. Let's see, we did have a massive battle previously with Beledna against a massive several stack of Ogres, wherein they tried to take a hill. And this is sort of an echo of that, I suppose. Oh damn, those guys melted fast. Very nice, very nice. Alright, seeing some Iron Guts melt, and I don't even know what that unit was, but it's gone now. Might have been another Iron Guts unit, actually. Over here, a couple units have melted as well and are shattered already, so they're certainly not having a good time heading up that hill. Scrag is also trying to go up the center, which is also a very bad idea, as he's just going to get shot down by all of that focus fire. Huh. Some are almost firing straight, whereas some are arcing really high, aren't they? And Scrag, you are just about done for, buddy. You are far too slow. I think that's one of the unfortunate things about the 2 Ogre Lords. Both Scrag and Greasus are incredibly slow lords, aren't they? And because they can't really get into battle a lot of the time. At the very least, Scrag can cast, but, yeah, disappointing about Greasus still. Alrighty, it looks like it's time to focus down some of these Stone Horns. And they still haven't really reached our line anywhere yet. Ooh, on the edges, though, about to be reached. Alright, looks like one of the Stone Horns is shattered, and looks like some of the Leadbelchers are actually getting some shots off, unfortunately. Down goes Stone Horn 1. The Giant is here as well as the other Stone Horn. This Stone Horn's about to die as well, and the enemy army is pretty badly beat up already. Enemy troop count has dropped. We've traded 8 units so far, and they have traded quite a few, a couple hundred. Which I think means the battle is going in our favor thus far, but the enemy draws closer and closer to our main battle line. Plus, as I was saying, both of the flanks have essentially been attacked at this point, with the Elemental Bears trying to anchor the line over. At this side, at least, we have all of the Snow Leopards working together to help. I told them to attack the Mournfangs, although it looks like they decided to kill a few of those Gorgers first, mostly because they got in the way, I guess. But it's just a matter of trying to keep all of the giant units away from our main line so that the Ice Guard can continue firing. Looks like a charge into our Ice Guard with glaives here, and this time I did keep all of our glaive Ice Guard out front while our dual swords were in the back. Looks like the enemy also decided to charge our little Grom, but it was a simple matter of turning one of our units and firing on those saber tusks until they were destroyed. And there we go, the battle now is truly joined as the enemy has reached our front lines. We're going to back up slightly with our non-anti-large units just so that they continue firing. And I believe we actually got 2 casts of Winter's Heart right here. Oh, there's the second one, I think. I hope that they can stack. I'm not entirely sure, actually. It doesn't display 2. I don't know. I don't know what happened. But either way, this is what I wanted. The Elemental Bear is standing there. The Winter's Hearts are hitting, and our Ice Guard looked like they were firing, but might have stopped because the Elemental Bear is in their way, unfortunately. But either way, as these units run, they will continue to take hits. And just like that, a very short attack onto this hill. The enemy decided that no, that wasn't working for them. And while they did manage to do some damage to a few of our Ice Guard, who we unfortunately couldn't heal because we don't have Patriarchs in this army, it's looking pretty good. Losses were about, what, 60 units, and basically the entire enemy army is destroyed. I gotta say, well done to the Ice Guard. Certainly no slouches and just as effective as Beledna's guns. And now we can use the ice sheets offensively, and not just defensively. As the enemy tries to run, we continuously put down ice sheets to get even more shots from those Ice Guard, destroying more units. Beautiful. Alrighty, well, the Ogres will run. We will also be able to use our Snow Leopards, who have now separated into various blobs to chase down units. And I think one of the Lords actually is still alive, level 49 on Jared. And we're going to send one of the mages after him to kill him. Let's see if the Snow Leopards are good enough at chasing. I will speed over this shortly. I just want to see how many it can get before it reaches this, for this one unit. It does look like it's managing to kill at least 1 unit per pounce. That's another one down. Good job, Snow Leopard. Well, you attacked a little bit faster, because it looks like these guys might be able to reach this. I think 3 units is still viable. I don't know if 2... No, wait, I think 2 units are also still viable. I think it has to go to 1 for the unit to be destroyed. I'm not entirely sure whether 1 is viable or not. Ah, damn. Looks like they got off the field. Couldn't quite catch them. But oh well, I still think that was pretty good. Jared is still being chased, but I am going to speed up through this. Going to get a few more of those casts to slow the enemy down, both on Jared and the other various runners. And let's see if our Frost Maiden here can bring him down. And it looks like we can. Beautiful. A close victory, I think, at least in part because we used a lot of ammunition on most of our units, but I think we did really quite well in terms of how much HP we had, especially since the Elemental Bears came into this hurt and thus couldn't be way more in front of the army in the way that we would normally like them to be, and had to essentially be part of the main line together with the Ice Guard. But anyway, good job, Serena, Catherine, and everybody here. Alrighty, very nice. We may have had to wait for it, but in my opinion, very much worth it. A battle that properly tested the Tsarina, as we got, what, about a 1.6 stacks or something along those lines? Not quite 2 stacks, but still pretty good. And 4 stone horns and a giant in one of them, as well as a nearly maxed out Scrag on top of all that. Plus, wait, I think this was the Lord that was level 49 as well, so some damn nice units that we managed to kill with only 64 losses. The Ice Guards certainly showing their value as they ripped those Ogres apart, and the enemies couldn't move through those ice sheets nearly as fast as they would like. On On top of that, I think that we would have done even better if our Tempest Frost Maiden actually had Gust of True Flight to buff up our Frost, or our Ice Guard, but well, that'll follow shortly. In fact, we probably got a decent amount of XP out of that, by the looks of it. I don't know what this exactly means in terms of how much XP this is. Got to be 3 levels. Yeah. Does this translate to the same amount of XP these guys gain? Because I really want that Gust of True Flight. Anyway, let us take the money. Honestly, 3% replenishment really isn't that much, and considering we've sort of run out of money a little bit, I think it's a pretty good time to use some. Unfortunately, this does mean that the remnants of the enemy armies remain 11. Ooh, faction claims a soul. Looks like Ventress Death Metal has actually finally done it. Good job, buddy. You were trying real hard, and I appreciate that you managed to do it. Ally mission successful. Ally mission successful. Looks like after killing Scrag, everybody's happy. And hello. Defeated Scrag gives us win some magic power reserve capacity +8 for Lord's army and a reduction in miscast chance, which is really good for a caster lord like the Tsarina. So that works out as well. Got some free stuff out of it as well. Ally mobilizes, training complete, and here we are. Now, I would really like to kill all of these at the same time, so I think what we're going to do is actually break the siege, because there's not much in there anyway. Then attack the camp, which will draw in the outsiders, auto-resolve that, hopefully, and then take Dietershofen for ourselves. So break the siege, yes. Then, siege broken, attack the camp. Hopefully this will be auto-resolvable without everybody dying. Yes, it looks like it is. Okay. Well done, Snow Leopards. You didn't even die from this. Though you came extraordinarily close. We really need to take Dietershofen. Salyak provides, please.
Send them to the
I don't know if that was a good idea. Hopefully there's no other ogre army to capitalize on any of this here, because we're badly beat up now. Alrighty. Let's spend some skill points. Wow, 9 skills. Okay, it looks like we leveled up pretty considerably there. This should allow us to get Renowned and Feared, so let's move through Quartermaster. 1 point in Lightning Strike. I may get 2 more points in there, but Renowned and Feared right now. Then, obviously, Best of the Court to power up our Ice Guard even further. And... we're at 45, so... 45 and then 1 point here. So 46, 47, 48, 49, 50. Okay, so we won't be able to get the next level of Lightning Strike. Damn, I would have liked to have been able to get Lightning Strike and Logistician, but it looks like that's not going to happen. Another level in Frostblades would have been nice as well, but if we can't, we can't. All good. I still feel like it's probably more important to have Renowned and Feared than all the rest of the stuff. You are then going to get... creatures of the land, yes? It's elemental bears and snow leopards. Good. We'll max that out, then we'll go 46, 47 rally, 48 for the buffs to the Ice Guard, 49 for the elemental bears and snow leopards. Ooh, that armor and melee defense for the snow leopards really necessary. And then 50 for stand your ground, and that'll be the Tsarina maxed out. Next up, our 2 Frost Maidens, or the Tsarina's Handmaidens here. Handmaiden of the Ice Queen, lovely, but what we want instead is, I think... Oh, Scholar actually gives straight up research rate, but no, we're not going to waste our money on that right now. We are going to just... Oh. Ambush defense chance plus 30% for Hero's Army? Oh, that's interesting. You know what? Generally, I'd like to get the Champions of the Ice Guard, but full ambush defense chance on this army might be pretty decent, especially as this army is not very good, or wouldn't be very good most likely in an ambush situation. You're not really meant to fight anyway, so while I do like the idea of getting that buff to your fighting ability, you're mostly meant to distract the enemy and debuff the enemy. Yeah. Although you do both have obsidian blades, which would make you a little bit stronger in terms of actually fighting. I still feel like the ambush defense... Although, what's the likelihood that we actually get ambushed? It's really small. But I do feel like we should do the same thing on both of them. And just because they have pretty much the same thing otherwise. Ooh, also, before I forget, let's get Gust of True Flight. Let us also... You know what, I feel like considering this army, we want to max out Gust of True Flight regardless, and get Immortality, and then get Earthing. And then we'll pop the 1 point into... Oh, man. I want to get Handmaiden of the Ice Queen just because of the name, but also Champion of the Ice Guard, again, because of the name. But Eagle Eye... Do we really need the ambush defense chance? Will we ever get ambushed on this army? Ever? Probably not. To be honest, probably not. And Handmaiden, unfortunately, is a little bit useless. Yeah, cooldown minus 10% for spells is decent, especially on the uses of your ice sheets. But yeah, you know what? Let's get Champion of the Ice Guard. We're leading the Ice Guard here, so this makes sense to me. Same thing with you, Champion of the Ice Guard, Immortality. You can then get... I guess you can max out Frostblades. But in the meantime, I do want you to get Crystal Sanctuary. No. Heart of Winter. Damn it. Heart of Winter maxed out. Sorry about that. Immortality, Champion of the Ice Guard. And we got 2 more points, which if we're going to spend on something, it'll probably have to be Ice Maiden's Kiss because it's an amazing spell for its cost. Well, breaths are generally that way. And then I think another point in... You know, I want to get Frostblades maxed out, and the reason for that is we have the Elemental Bears and potentially the Tsarina, and sometimes we're gonna have duels that we have to complete. Anyway, let's take Dietershofen. Willing to bet we can't auto-resolve this one. Oh, we can? Really? I'm shocked, but I'm pleasantly surprised by this. Don't you be lying, auto-resolve. Yeah, no, we're good. Oh, lovely. Occupy the place and then heal up after that. Good. We won't be full, but we'll be in a fairly decent spot. Anyway, with that, I think we gotta call it, because we are out of time. It was a glorious battle, and once again, in my opinion, worth the wait. The next time, we will be moving the Tsarina out to possibly grab Norden, or possibly just... You know what? There's another possibility. We summon a lord to grab Norden for us. We march the Tsarina past the elves, in the hopes of grabbing Gorcel, rather than sending Beledna the Defender down there, which would maybe, presuming that the stupid elves don't take Gorcel away from us. Let's see, wait. 1, 2, 3 turns to get there. About the same as it would take the Tsarina to get there. Well, one last turn. Oh man, do these guys have an army yet? Oh, we can make an alliance with them if we wanted to. It looks like they haven't built up their army. I imagine they would have been destroyed by Scrag. So yeah, maybe we march here and take Gorcel with the Tsarina, which would allow us to grab this stuff down here. Likely not all the way to Gristle Valley, but at least part ways through there. Elaine is probably looking to attack some of these territories here as well. And it would be nice to be able to deal with him. And that's certainly an issue as well. I would prefer not to, but once again, since nobody wants to declare war on this, and you... Oh, you want to get the free ruin at Krugenwald. Okay. Oh, pretty nice army, actually, here. Anyway, as I said, calling it here... Oh, wow, yes. Yes, Erengrad. And might as well get the Awaken the Land now. And now I completely forgot what I was talking about. Other than this, well, we'll figure out what to do with all this next time. Maybe we'll get a fight with Skarbrand going. Yes, he is free. And since he's free, he might sail down here. Oh, but then we'll have to fight him with the Tsarina. Well, I know what I signed up for. Might actually get Svetlana Stefanovic down here to defend Castle Alexandrinov against Skarbrand. And I'm going to steal your army to take the Tower of Crack for us. There we go. Maybe Uragni will get a battle. Terratus is kind of near us, and probably not near enough to attack, but if we back off... Oh, they've made peace again. Khorne and Tzeentch. Come on, guys, you're ancient enemies. But yeah, that looks like there's a lot of stuff around Uragni, and something has got to, you know, be willing to fight him at some point. Otherwise, Boris is going to keep moving, probably to attack Falco, and we will most likely attack the Ogres, and Beledna will, as I said, move through all this. Stay tuned for more Boris. Stay tuned for more Bears. As always, stay tuned for more Uragni. All glory to the algorithm. And thanks for watching.